Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 7 trades. Today's date is July the 28th, and in these trades I'm going to show you how you can trade if you have a day job. Applies mostly for people in North and South America, mostly in the New York time zone, can be in the other Chicago area also. But if you have a 9-to-5 job, then you're coming home around this time. Then you have to analyze the charts and pick the pairs that is going to at least move during the Asian time frame. I teach all of these advanced tips and tricks within the training videos. Now, I don't have a day job. My full-time job is trading. So I'm normally just trading the New York, this area. But I've had quite a few traders ask me, can you trade the Asian? And the answer, of course, is yes. And then, of course, you have to manage the trade. And now, before I get into these trades and explaining exactly my thought process and how I traded it, I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time. And it amazes me at how many traders will keep jumping from system to system trying to find a holy grail. Well, there is no such thing. And due to the fact that all trading systems work less than 50% of the time, and that includes all my trigger systems. Now, it did take me 8 years and over 700 trading systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 or 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy the education. You know, the free stuff on the internet is no good. And then you must do the homework, or you will fail at trading. I highly suggest putting in more than one trade at a time, as no one knows which pair will move the greatest number of pips. That is why I place 3 or more trades at a time. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I'll put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Now we can get into these trades. Now, last night, this is Asian right in here. This is midnight, New York time. This is London right in this area. And this is New York. Happens to be at 8:15 at the moment, and the market is moving. So I cannot go into too much great detail, as I do so in the training videos. But what I did basically is I picked a pair that is open, which happens to be the Aussie. Aussie market is open. And then I pulled up a whole bunch of Aussie pairs, including Pound Aussie and Euro Aussie. I checked the charts. I drilled down the lights from the higher time frames. I decided whether the market, it told me if it's going to be going up or down. And as you can see on this Aussie dollar, the system during the Asian was actually saying to sell by the 2 red lines and the boxes, the red boxes. Now, after I've gone through all the pairs, made the decision that I'm going to be selling the Aussie dollar. So all I did at that point was put in the trades, manage the trades up until the time I went to bed, tighten up my stops so it's virtually impossible to lose. So whenever I wake up in the morning, I'm going to have a lot more pips. And this is exactly the way you can trade Asian session You're sleeping like a baby through the night without a worry, because your stop is it'll stop you out with positive pips, not negative pips. Now, not all the charts are exactly looking like this. Sometimes these two lines are blue, but the bulk of them, out of the 7, the bulk of them, I believe it's 5 out of the 7, were red. And also, except of course the Euro Aussie and the Pound Aussie, because they were going up. I was buying it down here. You can see buying. And then once you're in a trade, you have to manage the trade. Now, one of the reasons why my trading has increased quite a bit, because this is well over 200 pips here I got. The reason that it has increased, as I said, quite a bit, is because of the trading simulator. Which, by the way, whoever gets the FX Trigger, I'm going to show you how to get your hands on this trading simulator for the MT4 platform. I just took a screenshot of one weekend when I was trading. I ended up with only one loser, just to let you know, and there's 26 plus 2 more that are still running when I took this snapshot. So I did 28 trades. If you do the math, add this on top of the 9,200, that puts it well over $10,000. And I think it took me about an hour to do this. Didn't take that long. And putting in trades using the built-in tester of the MT4 platform, they give you $10,000. Now, to be honest with you, the first week or two, I struggled just a little bit. But once I put in enough time and I understood how the app works, my trading got better and better. And I still do this absolutely every weekend. I think I've been doing this for 6 weeks now. Lost track of time, actually. But my trading has went from under 100 pips to more than 150 to 200 pips. And that's directly related to this trading simulator. Has a lot of features. You can do hedging. You can have 10 trades running out if you want. And you can, if you have one pair that you know is going up, you can add multiple positions. So there's plenty of things that you can do. And it helped my trading quite a bit. And that is why I highly recommend that you get your hands on it. So, moving forward, looking at these trades. Let's see, first trade at the top, Aussie, New Zealand. Now, I don't trade this way hardly ever, to tell you the truth. But I'm doing this video for you traders who actually have a day job. So, now I know I'll get some traders saying, well, why are you thinking about selling when the lines are blue here? Okay, well, that's why you have to remember what I said. 50% of the time the system will fail. So let's see where I got in, and then we can talk about it. Not a big deal. Now, I cannot give away too many trade secrets other than I teach when you're far enough away from the goal line, then there's a high probability it's going to come back. So my system was telling me, that the market is going to come back. So selling at this position only makes sense because if it's going to come back, there's quite a few pips there. But I did let it run all through the night, had my stop in, so I could not lose. It was like from there down to there, where it did come back, there's only 3 pips there. So if you put plus 1 pip or plus 2 pips, you're going to wake up making some pips. It's as simple as that. Keep in mind that 5 out of the 7 trades were telling me to sell the Aussie. And I also, don't forget, very important, you must drill down to lights. Being a day trader, I just look at the daily, 4 hours, 1 hour, and analyze the charts. And they were telling me, it's going to go down. So that's exactly what I did. Sold it here, woke up in the morning, and on this particular trade, when I closed it out, I ended up with 13 pips. And 13 pips on the Aussie New Zealand paid $971. Please note that when I made the decision, time to close, I was just looking at the pip total, or the money, whatever you want to look at. And once I realized I was well over 100 pips, and this is actually over 200 pips, I just closed out all the trades at exactly the same time. As you can see, 14:11, and this one happened to click at 1 second later. Now what I ended up using was my close all script. All you got to do is pull this up, make sure you have the smiley face on, auto trading over here. It's got to be on or this will not work. All you got to do is press OK, and it closes all the trades with one click of the mouse. So all my trades are closed. Bang. And I locked in, because if I had to do this manually one at a time, there's a chance that I would have given back $500 to the market. So when I looked at this, I wanted to make sure I got 20,000 plus. One click of the mouse, bang, everything closed. And by the way, any traders looking at this video, all you got to do is shoot me an email and ask for the close all script, and I will give it to you for free. So now you know what to do if you want this close all script. Handy tool, guaranteed. So moving right along to the next trade. Aussie yen. As you can clearly see, this one was screaming to sell all the way down. So guess what I did? Exactly the same thing. Don't make trading difficult. Exactly what I did. There was my stop up there. Virtually impossible to lose. Got in the trade at this cursor and closed out the trade here with 23 pips in the morning. 23 pips on the Aussie yen, paid $2,183. Moving right along, Aussie dollar. Another one screaming to sell. From how far back? All the way from back here. There's your arrow. Screaming to sell. Moving right along. Let's see where I got in at. Drag and drop this up. Look at that. Perfect entry. And it just went straight down. I can do this day in and day out. Let's see. Got in here. And that little cursor right there happens to have been the stop, which is 0. So if it hit it, not a big deal. Like let's say it went up here or here, I would have broke even. And on this one right here, I ended up with 30 pips. And 30 pips on the Aussie dollar paid $3,000. Trading for me, using the FX trigger, not only do I love it, but it makes trading a lot less complicated because you have a lot of indicators here. Now I know a lot of indicators are lagging other than price action and Williams, this Williams. They are not lagging indicators. But once you learn how to trade the flow of the market, trading suddenly becomes much easier and a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, this in real time when I took the trade was not a great way to trade, as I was selling and price action was above the goal line. Moving on to the Aussie Swiss, another one screaming to sell. Oh, so guess what I did? Sold it. Perfect timing. Very, very small stop. So if I lost, not a big deal, 1 pip. I'm sure you won't die if you lose 1 pip. Anyhow, at least I won't. And never went against me, not even that 1 pip. It just went slowly down until I got up this morning, saw my totals, saw that I had 30 pips, was very happy with those 30 pips, and those 30 pips on the Aussie Swiss paid $3,281. Moving right along to the 2 pairs that I actually did buy. Remember, if the Aussie's on the right side, well, instead of selling, we are now buying. Screaming from way back when. There it is right there. Buy. Let's see where I got in at. Almost perfect timing. It decided to go a little bit against me right in here. Not a big deal. When I took the trade, it just finished the cycle of about 11 pips. And then, of course, from there, it just went more or less, with all these up and down, But eventually, when I woke up this morning, I saw this. I was happy with 47 pips. And those 47 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $3,450. Remember, all of these Aussie trades were based on Aussie weakness from Asian last night. Now you can do exactly the same thing with the New Zealand and the yen pairs. So now that you know that, look for that tonight. Next pair I did, pound Aussie. Here we go. 2 blue lines, lots of blue boxes. Remember, I drilled down the lights and it was telling me to buy. So that's exactly what I did. Drag and drop this up, see where I got in at. Look at that. Look at how many pips it went against me. Enough to make one cry. Oh, look at that. 9 pips. All through the night. Wake up in the morning. Guess what? I was very happy with about 50 pips. I used to be happy with 50 pips in a day. Now if I dip below the 100, well, I'm not that thrilled, but I'm still very happy. Now those 50 pips on the pound Aussie paid out $3,597. And I'm just looking at it right now. This did qualify for a great way to trade. I pulled the trigger before I got the trigger. That was my trigger to buy. But I knew the most it would do is come back around the goal line, hook around and go up. And when I say I knew, it's not 100% guaranteed, but I'm 95% sure. And when the day comes that you are 95% sure of your trades, that is the day you're going to become a very highly successful trader. And by the way, everything I'm talking about plus 1,000 times more, I give a lot of tips and tricks within the training videos. Now moving on to the last trade, Aussie CAD. Let's see. This one here actually paid out the most, so a little bit surprised about that. Usually the pound Aussie, but it was pretty close. Pretty close, came in second. So let's see. The system, as you can see here, was indicating a buy, but remember I said I drilled down the lights, and 5 out of 7 of these trades were saying Aussie weakness, we're selling the Aussie. So that's exactly what I did. Especially as this wick was starting to come down, I just pulled the trigger. And then of course, as the time was moving along, I readjusted my stop to lock in more profits. Now once I saw this arrow over here, I knew that it was going to continue to go. Took the trade here, woke up this morning with a 46 pips here, and I was very happy with that. And those 46 pips on the Aussie CAD paid $3,659. So this was another great day of trading, and today's pip total, well, I usually aim for 100. Today's pip total was 239 pips, and those 239 pips paid $20,143. You can clearly see why I like to do more than one trade at a time, and this takes practice. Remember what I said earlier, you're going to need a lot of chart time. In other words, practicing and putting in trades. So if your system is not producing like the FX trigger, I suggest you get your hands on it. To do so, all you have to do is look right below this video and you'll see this write-up. My FX trigger system, I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. If you don't learn this, you will never succeed. My trigger system has over 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Comes with 5 MT4 templates, 12 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. Education is also what you need to succeed. Now there's a lot of ways to trade, and I do teach a lot of ways, and that's why there's 43 training videos. I did throw in one extra. It was 42, but I made one more right here in red, how to backtest using the trading simulator. Now you can put this, and by the way, this video is 50 minutes long, so I give a ton of tips and tricks and whatnot on how to trade using this trading simulator. We're really running short of time, so speed this up. Just put this on pause. If you have any questions at all you got to do is pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, here's my email address. Remember, there's an underscore here. Now, I really do prefer Skype. All you got to do is click on this link. We'll have Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I will give you a free session and answer your questions along with lots of tips and tricks. And that is with no obligation to you. If you click on this link, you'll see 34 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So it's time to wrap up this video, and I'll repeat it one more time. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep your family and yourself, of course, safe. Okay, bye for now.